So imagine a world where ground-based taxis are the same price as commercial air flights. And now imagine a company where their total addressable market is $1 trillion. Put that together with what Ark just bought in their new space ETF, and this is over 140,000 shares, and you have this one stock that is going to be the next high growth stock coming up. Hi, Greyliners. Welcome back to Supergirl Investor, where we save the world and make you wealthy. Today, I have a really great treat that I wanted to talk to you about, which is now a new position in the Ark X Space Exploration ETF. And this is so excited. I'm very excited about this one. This is ticker symbol RTP. And this is Reinvent. That's the company. They are acquiring something called Joby Aviation, and this is what we're going to talk about. Of course, please leave a like and please comment below what space ETF or what stock you would like me to talk about next, because I do have a lot of other stocks I would like to talk about that I think should be in this ETF. But we're going to talk about this one. We're going to talk about the risks, the valuation, and what I'm going to do with this information. But I wanted to get this out to you very quickly because I know that a lot of investors are looking at what Cathie Wood is doing, and this is her newest position. She just bought over 140,000 shares of this. So it should be something good. Not only does it have $1 trillion in TAM, or total addressable market, they've also been working on this for about 10 years now. So it's a vertically integrated business model that sees both manufacturing and operating the aircraft. Basically, they're trying to solve the problem of congestion. Now, we all know about the Boring Company, which is one of Elon Musk's babies. So he's trying to help that with underground tunnels. They're trying to solve that problem with commercial aircrafts. Now, they want to commercialize their eVTOL aircraft by 2024. So this could be a huge high growth stock in the next 5 years if the product is done correctly. And of course, with this acquisition, Joby will actually have $2 billion for research and to commercialize its product. Now, their aircraft is really cool. It's something that looks very futuristic. You can have 4 passengers on it. It's very fast. It has 150-mile range. It can go up to 200 miles per hour. Now look at that. Doesn't that just look sleek? This was 10 years in development. You can basically compare this to a helicopter. So helicopters are very loud. You can barely hear yourself think, let alone talk. But for these ones, it's quiet enough that you can have a conversation. And not only that, but it's very cost effective. So operating cost for a 25-mile range in a helicopter is $393. But for this new aircraft, it's $95. It's 5 times faster than driving in major metros. It's a fraction of the fixed infrastructure costs of rail and highway development, and you can basically do this globally. So once you have the framework for this, you can do this with any country in the world. They also have some target global markets, and the key criteria for this is the population density. So think of a place like New York. It's very dense and it's very urban. Travel distances and congestion. So it has to be a place that's highly congested. But they also acquired Uber Elevate in January of 2021. We know that Uber is all about ride sharing, and this is exactly what they're trying to do. So it's a de-risk go-to-market. They acquired the tools, the research, and the team. So this is just bringing in the service so they can have the commercial air flight. So this is just so futuristic. You can basically go to an Uber app and get your airplane and be able to ride that. So not only are they in the public sector, but they're also in the government space as well. It says early revenue opportunity that reduces technology risk. Dual airworthiness tracks with the Department of Defense and the FAA. They have $40 million in contracts secured with an estimated $120 million in progress. Operations in line with FAA certification and future commercial operations, provides real-time operational data for FAA certification, 3 government entity clients. Of course, those are private, so we can't say what those are. Military fight release granted. I thought this was super exciting because it's actually the first electric vehicle aircraft that can go vertical and go on takeoff that the government contracted. Preparation for scaled manufacturing. They're trying to go global and scale up as much as possible. Now, this is EV, so it's very renewable sources. Strategic partnership since Series C in January 2020 brings world-leading scaling manufacturing experience and quality to eVTOL sector. So not only are they commercializing, not only do they have the Uber app, but they're also working with Toyota to scale. Now, I was a little concerned about the timeline. 2024 seems very soon to get a commercial air flight. However, I checked out the milestones and it does seem reasonable. So in 2022, FAA certification flight test. In 2023, demonstration service in select markets. Mass production facility comes online. FAA type certification issued. And then in 2024, commercialization and global commercial service launched. Now, the other thing you might be wondering is, well, aren't there other companies that are doing this? And the answer is they are very far along, so they have a very great moat. They believe they will be the first to market in this EV. And not only that, but they're getting several certifications. They're making this a 4-passenger airplane for better economics. They'll be able to easily go to market with the Uber acquisition. And not only that, but they have very experienced members who have a wealth of knowledge and a great management team that can accelerate their progress. And as I was going through their financials, I found that they did not need any more capital for this venture, that they had all the capital that they needed. This is what they're expecting for 2026. For their aircrafts, an average of 963 total aircraft, fully loaded manufacturing cost of $1.3 million per aircraft, average useful life of 50,000 flight hours, which equates to over 15 years. Now, this was really cool. Their revenue and payback, net revenue of $2.2 million and $1 million annual profit per plane. So that's huge. Based on 1.3 million cost, payback period of 1.3 years, price point of $3 per seat mile, 1.73 RASM at full load factor is cheaper than an Uber Black for an individual. So think about this. If they can get this accomplished, you can basically just fly wherever you want in the city and it will cost less than an Uber Black. They're basically saying that they can 4x anybody who's even close to them because they're vertically integrated, and they're using several technologies in automation, in EV, the high growing industries of the next 5 years. They're all converging together, and that creates an even bigger stock price. It says that it's set to save 1 billion people an hour a day. Honestly, the list goes on and on with this company. It's vertically integrated, sustainable, and of course there's reoccurring revenue. It literally ticks every single one of the boxes. And this is just the early parts of it. They haven't commercialized yet. It's going to explode. And I love that they have been spending a decade on this. This is really raring to go. They are getting everything they need to be able to launch this as soon as possible in the best way. And they're getting all of the partners they need for it as well. It's zero emissions aircraft that will travel 150 plus miles on a single charge, enabling a pilot and 4 passengers to leapfrog over the congestion below at 200 miles per hour. Now, I had personally stumbled upon this during my space exploration phase. This was one of the stocks I did want to talk about because I thought the acquisition was very interesting. I think being autonomous, I think ride sharing, I think being an EV is going to really make the stock jump exponentially. And now confirming implying that Cathie Wood just bought 140,000 shares of it, just confirms that this company is going to the moon. Of course, this is a SPAC that's merging with RTP. Now, it's implying that there's a market capitalization for both companies of $6.6 billion, and both companies are on board for the acquisition. Now, as always, be careful about SPACs because there has been a very big pullback as far as SPACs are concerned. Just from news of the SEC, because of the regulations, they feel they're a little bit more laxed. So if there is bad news about the SEC about SPACs, then you might see a pullback. So they're expecting to merge by the end of Q2 this year. So that is a major catalyst. Of course, we all know that SPACs are very volatile. So if there is a dip during the merger date, I would say that's a very great time to buy the stock. But if you would like to buy the stock right now, just get an initial position, because sometimes they go all the way up, but sometimes they go all the way down. Just depends on the luck of the draw with these ones, but this is a major catalyst just to watch out for by the end of Q2. What I will be doing is buying the dips around $10. If it goes below that, then I definitely will be buying, because of course you can buy those shares back if it is a SPAC and it goes below $10, and you can basically just recoup your money before the merger date. It's a very, very early stage company, but again, the growth should be huge. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. What are you going to do with this SPAC? Are you going to buy it? Are you going to wait? What is on your time horizon? And of course, please leave a like if you like this video, and I hope to see you next time. Go save the world and be wealthy. Bye, Raveners.